couple more questions. One more question, Barry? Barry says, Barry has spoken.
This is a lot of pressure, the last
I
question.
know, it really is. How old is it? You spoke a lot about hope, and obviously you are someone who is very pro-Israel. We also heard beautiful remarks about some of the students on traditionally black colleges, leadership, and what they've done. But could you give us your own evaluation of the African American leadership in the United States, and what is their feeling about Israel? And because oftentimes I think locally outside of New York, we find that there is becoming greater identification not with the history of Israel and what Israel has become, but with the sufferings of the Palestinians without any really understanding of the history with Israel. So comment on African American leadership.
Well,
What do you
look,
think
blacks
about
are
that?
always going to be, as Jews are, I think, always going to be some of the first to sign up to address the suffering of others. And we shouldn't be afraid of that within the black community, within the Jewish community, within whatever community. But when it comes to justice for Israel and understanding any suffering within context, we need to be more vigilant than we're being right now. And I look, the black community in many ways, I argue, I just was a speaker for the ADL's annual dinner, and we always argue, every time I meet Abe Botsman, I always ask him about his studies of black anti-Semitism, and is it higher than American anti-Semitism as a whole? We have interesting discussions, but if you live in the American world, there are streams within America, and many of them are streams within the mainstream that are racist and that are have anti-Semitism in them. So we have to always be on guard to vigilantly fight against those streams. Is there streams of anti-Semitism in African American life? Yes. Is there streams of racism or bigotry in Jewish life? Yes. So my point is not, that's a given. The more important question to me is, what are we who are validly against that? What are we going to do? And so within the black community, and I say this all the time, and you asked specifically about black leadership. First of all, this excites me like never before, because Obama is a raindrop compared to the storm that's coming of young black leaders around this country who are phenomenally qualified, phenomenally experienced. You're going to see more black governors, you're going to see more black senators, you're going to see more African American CEOs. This next generation is coming up behind my parents' generation. It's incredibly qualified, incredibly competent in making many moves. So my only hope is with that, and so people like to think that one black person speaks for all black America, which is so offensive to me in many ways. So I'm sorry, Jesse Jackson doesn't speak for me. Al Sharpton doesn't speak for me. It's just there's as much diversity within the black community, dear God, as there is diversity within the Jewish community. 2 Jews in a town, we have 3 synagogues. Okay, so that's the reality that there is. So the only thing I can say is that this next group of African Americans are very visionary, very much full of hope, very value-based, as I know them, Harold Ford's, Arthur Davis's, and many other people that AIPAC knows. And the only thing I think that, I think that AIPAC, it's critical that you continue to find, not them when they're Congress people, you find those black leaders when they're 22-year-olds at Oxford, when they're 24-year-olds as a city council president, and you go to them then and say, come to Israel, let us start showing you what this is about. That's a key mission of AIPAC that must continue, which is finding future leaders, young leaders in America. I'm at the Aspen Institute, and they've done a great job. They have this young leaders group. That whole group should go to Israel. These are the kind of things that need to be done ultimately for us to combat that. But please, I appeal to Jews all the time, please do not think that there are, that just because such and such a black leader gets up there, whether it be Reverend Wright or whomever, and says something stupid, like many leaders, period, do, and spread that around for the entire black community, as much as Jews would never want to be held responsible for everything Shmuel Chaos.